the ruined tape. Thank God spring's here. Thank God. I survived winter. We all survived winter as New Englanders. It's amazing. I made it through seasonal affective disorder. Yes. And I should be happy. But I'm not. I'm discouraged. Really discouraged. And the people that want to participate, it's no slight against those people in my life, but there's a particular person that I had designed the entire blog around as a collaborator, but we're not on good terms anymore, so it's kind of throwing shit out the window. And I look around and say, why am I doing this? Why am I putting the effort to shoot, edit? Is it explore an art form in itself? Is it for me, or is it for you, the audience? I don't know. When I first started, it was all about, PR, just trying something new with the potential of reaching people. And then, a couple of episodes into this, I started becoming more focused on the audience. That's you. And somehow I became hyper-focused. Here again, it's aspy as hell. Hyper-focused on pleasing the audience, growing views, growing subscribers, and it stuck. I kind of got discouraged and uninspired, and I stopped doing it. Took a breather, took some time off, and I'm up here in beautiful Concord, and it's just great to be out here at 88 degree weather. 88. It's April 12th. It's 88 degrees outside. Can't ask for it. Why am I not happy? Because I'm not happy. I'm not there. Things I want to do. And I'm just having to come to terms that I'm doing them alone. And again, I have friends in my life, but one of them works 3 jobs to support himself and his wife. Another one lives in a different part of the state. And I have Carolyn, but I can't lean on Carolyn for everything. She works hard on it. She works 60, 70-hour work weeks, doing what she does. And I don't want to ask her more, out of her more than I feel is fair. It's not just the blog, it's other things in my life that, going on hiking trips. What's the alternative? I could go with a guided group. Yes, I could do that, and that would pay more money. It seems that's the thing that's constant thread. I don't want the solution to everything to be pick up the phone and hire somebody. We need yard work done. Pick up the phone, hire somebody. It gets expensive, and I'd like to do it myself. I just need some help once in a while. And I just don't know where to find the help. I grew up in Lawrence, Havel, southern New Hampshire. All my friends up there. Both of my living family on the maternal side, they're up in Maine. If I get sick, if I'm incapacitated for a while, I can't fill my role in the household. I'm sorry to like dump this negativity on you. No, every vlogger says I don't want to be negative, and they never. It's not real. Life has ups, downs, peaks, and valleys, and what I'm trying to do here is to keep it real. There's so many vlogs on YouTube that it's just happy, good times, and they take all the best parts and I know the true realistic parts of life that we need to feel. We need to at least that footage of things that are going right in our lives that needs to be, at least for me, needs to be in my vlog, and I encourage that to be in your vlogs because it validates that life is messy. Range of emotions that need to be on camera. There's been talk on YouTube about this whole thing about forced positivity, and I think it's bullshit. Because when I watch a lot of videos and blogs, I compare myself, my life, with the people on my screen, and somehow I feel inadequate. I feel like my life sucks. It is a depression trigger because you look, it's like without registering that there is a disconnect. The name of the game is views and subs. That's how you get it. It's how you become successful on YouTube. YouTubers play it up. Let's just call it as it is. What it becomes in terms of content is junk food. It tastes great, but it's not very good. The conscious decision I've made on decided to vlog as an athlete, as an artist, is to put it out there, good, bad, or ugly. Because I know you're watching this just like me, and you want to relate to somebody that's real. Hopefully, I can resonate and relate and connect at that level, because I know you're out there watching this, and you have your bad days and you have your good days, and shit weather, great weather today. You're not feeling it. You're not feeling it. A little bit. They turned it on. Awesome. I love this area. It's prep and trad as AF. It just, there's something about it. It has the same feel as Andover, Newburyport. It's old New England. Someday, I'm gonna petition. Once I get my act together, I am gonna go through the degrees and become a brother someday. I never did a competent job of defining what this vlog is supposed to be about. didn't, it, it was do it, then figure it out later. I think I've done a solid job of working past the typical Asperger issue of overthinking something. I think what happened, my rule is, and Asperger, and Asperger, it's about rules. So my rule is, if I have to think about it more than 15 seconds, I just table it and come back to it. And most times I just dive in and do something if it's not for money. So the vlog is supposed to be about being on the spectrum and our community and the issues we face. But what I didn't want to do was just talk on camera and lecture to not just an Aspie audience, but a neurotypical one. Because I knew that if I didn't get your attention, if I didn't put a bit of dazzle, a little bit of showmanship, a little bit of art in front of you, put a nice tasty appetizer, you're not going to stick around for the rest of the meal. Looking back at the past episodes, you see, yes, I've been focused on the art, the filmmaking art, because it's 1/3 of the pie. Content, obviously, great content, leg of the tripod. And the third leg is production quality. So it's packaged well. The message sneaks up on you. I guess that's what I'm trying to do. And the vlog isn't specifically me talking about issues. There are a lot of Aspie autism vloggers on YouTube that just go straight up the camera, look at the camera, and then it's not good communication. And that's what I'm trying to put forward, is that the perception is that we're bad at communicating. Where some of us are not so great at communicating verbally, some of us are better with the written word, some are better with speaking. Where we are in our lives, our functionality, we can communicate. The nuances, the subtleties, yes, that is a challenge. And for me, some of it's lost upon us. Body language. I didn't date until later in adulthood because I couldn't read flirting. I couldn't read a girl's nonverbal signals that she's interested in me. That took time. It's clear that for me to reach and put positive messages out there, I have to put this vlog together and make it great and make it stand out. Reach broader than just you, other Aspies, other autistics, but just everybody, so they say, hey, look at this. I saw this. You talk about being autistic. But what I could do better, living it, being it on camera, going out there and just being Aspie AF. Sometimes it's entertaining, sometimes it's cringy, sometimes, somewhere, I hope somebody learns something and say, I saw a different perspective. And that's why I do weird camera angles, it is my visual perspective. It is where I see the world, and it is more than just me talking on camera. Hope can see beyond just me take a step backwards and looking through the entire being who I am. And that's what I put out there. And that's what I want you, the people that are on the spectrum, to come to that point where you're comfortable being on the spectrum and just living your life. That's the that is the pinnacle of self-acceptance. When you just do it. Hopefully you reach a point in your life where you learn how to get along in the neurotypical world just enough so that you can meet meet neurotypicals at a halfway point, where you still maintain your identity, yourself. It's taken me half my life to get to that point, and it takes a lot of people to get to that point. And I think that's the goal. It's really that's really the goal. What this vlog is about is to be an inspiration to the people, so that you, person on the spectrum, can live and just be yourself